Babajide Kolade Otitoju, a Nigerian journalist, has expressed concern about the presidential pardon granted to two former governors convicted for corruption. In a recent interview with TVC News, Babajide addressed the issue of granting forgiveness to criminals. Discussing the developments, Babajide said, "I do not think the propriety of these developments with Nigerians who already think we are not doing enough to jail corrupt people who have led us to where we are. Nigerians now feel that we are fortunate to jail some of the corrupt people. Both governors were convicted by the same female judge. The governors are among the 2007 class and they were convicted in 2018. He continued, saying, "We are releasing the few individuals we have managed to jail. We are forgiving of terrorists, criminals, and people who have committed heinous crimes against the state. This is not nation building in my view. We have to send the right message to people who plan to steal, that such theft will not be tolerated." It sends the message that corruption is fighting back and we may be losing the war. A presidential pardon was granted to former governors Joshua Dariye and Jolly Inyame. When people come out and tell you that this government is corrupt, that Buhari is corrupt, they will tell you, it's a lie. It is the work of mischief makers. So what do we call this now? That is why Buhari is so comfortable telling us about repentant Boko Haram. Even those who have not even, they will just pack all of them, or they will just force them. You just say you have repented. Meanwhile, those people, after their whatever the repentance they give to them, after like 1 month, you hear that they have gone back. And when people tell you that they recruit some of these terrorists into the Nigerian army, they will deny it. How do you expect, or how do you expect people to believe government that they are not recruiting these people into the Nigerian army? People who are saying this, they know exactly what they are saying. When Buhari said that any attack on Boko Haram is attack on the north, and you expect Buhari to fight corruption, that's why you see that they will tell you 5,000, 7,000, 10,000 Boko Harams have repented. Where? And Shehu Sani was asking a pertinent question that before now, where were these people? Why is it that they were not apprehended? But the only person who is going to be talking about good governance, on how people are going to enjoy their own welfare, who are going to be saying, or who call themselves activists, who call themselves secessionists, those are the ones that the government is interested in, because they are the ones who are going to put Sansa inside their garage, because all of them are corrupt. In whichever way you want to say it, they are all corrupt. What do you call this? Why pardoning them? Pardoning them for what? Why can't they finish their jail term? Some are of the opinion that now that they have gotten presidential pardon, that means they can contest, anything can happen. So does it mean that what they were convicted for did not happen in the first place, or what? All the monies that they were accused of, are they going to return the money? Whether they return the money or not, but for the fact that there was an evidence that these guys were thieves and they were convicted, how do you erase that? These people will now come that they want to hold public office and they will begin to quote nonsense law. Who does that? Somebody has been punished and let the person serve his jail term. You are saying you are pardoning them. On what ground? On what ground? Well, Babajide, all of you are the same. The same ideology that you have, your boss, Tinubu, has, is the same thing. So what is going to be the difference between Buhari and Tinubu that you guys are even projecting? You are projecting Tinubu. What is the difference between the both of them? You can imagine. That is why it's so easy for Buhari to say, oh, repentant Boko Haram. Every now and then, repentant Boko Haram. Babajide Ositoju is part of the corruption in Nigeria, supporting Tinubu, who said he wants to continue with Buhari's legacy. Well, which is true. Even Oshibajo too say he's going to continue with this impunity. They want to continue with this impunity. Okay. If Tinubu was among those granted presidential pardon, he will applaud it. Yes, that is what you are telling Babajide, because they are all together now. Because Buhari, Tinubu is coming now, he's trying to distance himself subtly from Buhari. Buhari can pardon whoever he wants. he is the president, but who can pardon him for all his wrong if and when he is wrong? That's a good question there. But we jail freedom fighters, we pardon this. Why can't, okay, now why can't they? Or because don't you know that the corruption that they were involved in took many lives, because the money meant for the people, meant for hospitals, meant for security, meant for the welfare, the betterment of the people, they were filtered away and a lot of people lost their lives. Freedom fighters, they will go after them. We are not, at least I am not. Okay, Buhari is. Buhari, must Buhari follow all evil established by Jonathan? I can see clearly now. Now, no difference between Jonathan and Buhari. I lost trust in Jonathan when he pardoned criminals. I pray God gives a good person. Give us a good person. All these are just opportunities. Yeah, somebody has come out to say that Buhari, what is this man's name? Jonathan started all this nonsense, and that's why you see that they can do things together. The way this guy is reasoning there is on another level. So these two Christians former governors were the only corrupt ones in the north. Now you can attack the APC government since it is obvious your benefactor will be thrown under the bus. Babajide, please stop this your useless talk, because you hurting Tinubu presidential aspiration with Buhari. If you don't have anything to say, just keep quiet. He's not hurting, that is the fact. One thing is that you cannot deceive your conscience. You cannot. You cannot. You are just playing to the gallery. Have you ever heard AIT staff saying useless things against PDP before because Dupesi will sack them? Personally, immediately, I am even surprised Tinubu is tolerating your nuisance. Quite amazing that our government is aiding and abetting criminals. May God help us. This is horrible coming from APC government. These are people that ran down Nigeria. Now, walking free. Mark my words, APC will find it difficult in 2023. Well, they were found culpable, but were they the only two out of the about 35 state governors then that were investigated and found to have misappropriated funds? Happy Easter to all Nigerians. I am of the candid opinion that all correctional centers in Nigeria must be closed, all prisoners released and converted to training center for Nigerians that wish to become terrorists, bandits, Yahoo boys and girls, ritualists, period. Babajide is part of the problem. He misled the public to believing in APC. He was used because of the love of the people for him to mislead the public. The president is very big disgrace to Africa and Nigeria in particular. This government is the worst we have had since independence. It allows the cabal to control him because he does not have what it takes to be head of state. Exactly. Have you read about his appointment of Solicitor General of the Federation? The cabal presented a candidate that will give them soft landing in corruption cases, and he accepted the guy against the position of the Justice Minister, whose duty is to make such recommendations. What do you expect from a guy who left government 30 years ago and is now leading us? But you glorified one the other day. You, Babajide, you glorified one the other day. The question is that Jonathan has done it. He's doing it. They will tell you that, in fact, these guys, they don't have shame. Buhari and all his whatever, whether ministers, they have no shame. Do you know that all the things that Nigerians were complaining, and they themselves, they said they are going to bring about change, they are doing it, and they will not be referring you that after all these people did it. They would have left us, or we should have left them, so that they will continue. But you deceiving us that you are going to change the narratives, but you come back to do the same thing. They talk about a fuel subsidy. They say, oh, it was a scam. Nobody pays it, whatever. And he's not paying triple. Oh, God. We need a solid a mindset, because all these things they are heartbreaking. Honestly, Buhari.